Hey everybody, welcome back to Minecraft and the Create mod. I'm JomommaShorts, your host, and if you remember last time, we had completed our power plant. This power plant that was eventually going to power our main factory, which is going to be built over my shoulder that way. And we left off with the intention of capping it with something that looks nice and Art Deco-y, and I think we got something like that going. Let's go wander over here and take a look at my sample, at my facade sample here, and tell me what you think. Let's see, can we climb up on top of it? Is that better? Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. It's not a very good view. So there it is. And minus the lamps, I'm not so certain about the lanterns, but I really like that facade with even the black glass there, and maybe glass in here, but I like the walls in there instead of the glass. That looks really good. And of course, inside we will cover this with some kind of floor and make it so that we can add other things on this level. I'm not quite sure what yet, how we want to deck out the inside, but I think we can make the outside look pretty darn awesome. And then we've got these shafts here. This is what it's all about. It's all about these output shafts, which will go to the factory. And let's see, we've got all kinds of supplies here with which to build. A lot of freaking limestone. And we've got our rotation speed controller, which is going to be interesting to use. I think that'll be really kind of the first one we've used in our survival world. Oh, also, I got some valve handles here. Made some valve handles, and I'm kind of interested, or maybe not valve handles, they're just, well, are they? Yeah, copper valve handles, yeah. And I'm kind of curious how we could possibly employ them, and maybe I missed an opportunity here of setting these things up, like maybe I could have done that. Oh, that looks really good. Oh my gosh, that looks freaking awesome. Can I put one here? Oh, I totally can. Oh my gosh. Why have I not been doing this? I'm stupid. Oh, that looks so good. Hell yeah. Now I'm going to have to go make some more for this thing to work. Oh, hell yeah. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. That just freaking blows my mind. Stupid me. But that looks awesome. Let's see what we can do in the bottom. I've only got 2 of these things left, and I'm sure I've got more. Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, I've got 1 left. How do you like that? Them apples. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Why did I not do that before? Now I gotta make a whole bunch of freaking valve handles. Damn it. But nope, that's okay. Price well paid. Price is worth it. And we totally need to sleep. Oh, that looks good. I like it. I like it a lot. I do. I do believe in spooks. So I think, with all those supplies, we'll go ahead and start a time lapse, and we will finish up the rest of this cap, and I'm as excited as you are to see how this looks, because I really don't know, and I really want to know. So let's check it out. Okay. I mean, look, I'm generally not one to toot my own horn, but hot damn, that looks good. I could not be happier. And when I say it looks good, I'm not saying that as if somebody else couldn't do a better job. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that my work is super exquisite, but what I am saying, and I'm sure you know what I mean when I say this, that when you build something, when you set out to build something, you put a picture in your head. You have a general idea in your mind of what you'd like this thing to look like. Now, how often does it actually look that way? And go to hell, creeper. Well, yeah, I guess you did, didn't you? How often does it actually look like what you set it out to look like? But I gotta tell you, this absolutely nailed the picture that I had in my head. And I, again, could not be happier with the way it came out. So let's go inside and take a look at the new interior. Because I gotta tell you, the exterior just kicks ass. Let's keep it like that. Now, I will tell you this much. You'll notice that this time around, I didn't do the majority of the video renderings I did not do in, yes, we're going to put these in place. I did not do a majority of the renderings in the replay mod. I didn't do it. Because I will tell you that with everything that was going on in here, all the water wheels and look, I mean, look at all those surfaces that would have to be rendered. My computer, it's a good computer with a good graphics card, but it just could not keep up. It was really, really bad. So I saved it for that one shot, for just a couple of shots. Also, you're going to notice I ended up having to add even more lights in here. You see the little lampstands and some lampstands down there because creepers and other baddies started forming in here, and we can't have that. So anyway, that's the reason for that. But okay, so what we're going to do before we close out this episode is we're going to go ahead and set up the output shaft, and we're going to send it out in this direction roughly. I'm kind of thinking though that maybe the shaft comes along this wall. It comes up here. Okay, let's go ahead and let's talk and work at the same time. I think we can do that. Sorry about the frame rate right now, but that's what it is right now. It's absolutely abysmal. Okay, so we're going to grab our rotation speed controller, large cog wheel, a couple of vertical gearboxes, which we can switch. That's not a big deal. Shafts we're good on. Is there anything else we could possibly need? No, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and take the armor off. We can put our work uniform on. I generally put my armor on because didn't want to get nailed by anything while we were doing outdoor building, and definitely wanted the feather falling boots on. You notice I took a few falls during the course of construction, but didn't take damage because feather falling. Gotta love it. So let's go ahead and make use of. Okay, we're gonna put that there, and then this is gonna go here, and. I mean, in reality, yeah, just like that. That's fine. So then we're going to put this here, and then take the wrench it this way. Get rid of this string. Okay, the gearbox we'll have handy. We don't need the fish at the moment. One big cog wheel there, and we don't need the shovel. And let's go ahead. I got the gearbox already. So, I guess we should have everything we need. So, let's bring one shaft this way. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to extend the shaft in this direction. And I guess what we'll do, bring it to this point. Okay, so now I've just set this thing up off camera, and this is our power transfer shaft, okay? And notice that it's spinning fairly fast up to this speed reduction block, or it's not speed reduction block, speed control block, and then I've set this to where it's only one rotation per minute, super slow. Now, in the game, that doesn't really matter. If you do that or not, it just doesn't matter. You don't have to do it. But in real life, let's imagine that this power plant didn't produce electrical power. It produced rotational energy just like this. Okay? If you wanted to transfer rotational energy a long way, you'd have to go through a lot of bearings. Okay? A bearing is any item that's fixed in its position that holds a rotating shaft. Okay? Now, basically, you want to keep that shaft from flying around, so you fix it in place. So, if you can imagine, if this shaft were round and you would see the shaft poking out of this hole, you would see like a metal donut around it. And that metal donut is a way that you can reduce friction between the spinning shaft and the fixed machine. Ball bearings, roller bearings, they're everywhere if you know where to look. So, but even that generates some friction. We can't completely eliminate it. So what we can do is we can slow the shaft down and increase what's called the rotational force, the torque. Okay? The power is still preserved. It's producing a whole bunch of power. However, let me see if we can use something as an example. Let's see if I have anything like do I have any kind of machine that we can use? I can show you what they actually account for it in this game. I know we've talked about it. We're just sort of reviewing it. Let's see if we can find a mechanical arm and set it up. That would be kind of cool. And do we have any... Oh, yeah, we got the arm. Do we have any little gears? I think we do. So, we'll go up and get those. In an actual power plant, of course we produce electrical energy, but if we were producing rotational energy, we could deliver power from one place to another, but what we would do is we would actually slow the shaft down to reduce the amount of friction. Okay, let me show you a thing. First, we will throw this there. We'll put a gear there. Is that going to spin? And we're just going to take a block here. If we will, put that there. And let's go ahead and plop this mechanical arm here, and I will show you something. Again, I know I've said this before. Okay, so right now at this speed, that arm is using 128 stress units. That's what it is imposing on the system. Okay, let's pick it up. Pick up this block. Remove that. Remove that. Okay. Now put that there. We're just using it as a block. And now we put this arm in place. Look, 8 stress units. The speed is reduced so much that it reduces the friction, so only 8 stress units is imparted on the system. Okay? So, what I'm doing as far as the game goes isn't really affecting the game. I'm just sort of simulating what happens in an actual power plant. And an actual power plant doesn't transfer rotational energy, it transfers electrical energy. And what it does to reduce friction like that, because there is friction, when electricity moves through a wire, it creates friction. So the less of that electricity, which is basically just electrons moving, what we do is we actually up the voltage. We increase the pressure behind the electrons. The pushing force that's moving the electrons along the wire is the voltage, but the electrons themselves are measured in amps, which is 6 superzillion electrons per second. Okay, I mean it's like 23 zeros in it. It's a big number, and that many electrons moving in a wire per second is 1 amp. And the fewer of those that's in the wire, the less resistance and the less heat is created, and therefore the less energy is lost. So, just like we're slowing the shaft down here, in an actual power plant, what they will do is decrease the number of electrons that need to be pumped. And in order to do that, they have to crank up the voltage super, super high, sometimes in the millions of volts. I'm just doing that for gits and shiggles. Again, in the game, you do not have to do this. I'm actually kind of doing it for the graphics card too, so it doesn't have to render the spinning shaft that goes forever, you know what I'm saying? So there's a little lesson in transferring power from one place to another. Oh yeah, so one thing I did notice while doing the replay mod, I did notice something. And something we will address at some point. Is it here? Yeah, right there. There is actually a... there, I'm going to put a torch down there. There's a cave there. And that is... that's an interesting thing. Could be good, could be bad. Man, this thing is... these are dragging so much. The lag is just absolutely incredible. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I've bored you enough with all that information, and I hope you like this thing as much as I do. I just think it's fan-freaking-tastic. So, I think next time around, we're going to go away from the building, and we're going to start doing some mining, but we're going to put together a pretty awesome machine, which was introduced to me by my buddy Board Bob. A tunnel boring machine. I think we're going to use that, and we're going to start replenishing our supplies of materials, and we're actually going to start doing some Minecrafty type stuff, but we're going to need the Create mod to make that happen, and that's just fine by me. But yeah, we're going to switch gears a little bit, but this concludes the first of 3 major power plants we're going to put together, and again, I cannot be happier with the way this thing came out. It just looks freaking fantastic. I love it. And I hope you all like it too. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Oh, and by the way, now for those of you who've made it all the way to the end of this video, look in the description of the video. There is a Discord link. And I'm only mentioning that now because I really only want dedicated people who are actually interested in this material to find the Discord, quite frankly. I don't want it to get filled with a bunch of people who are just really apathetic and don't care. And if you don't care, you probably didn't watch this video this long. So those that do watch it and do find it, you're probably more dedicated viewers, and I appreciate that, and I welcome you to the Discord. So look for the link, click on it, and I'm actually going to use temporary links, so it's probably going to be good for about 7 days after I release this video. So anyway, so there you go. But if you liked it, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments below on what you think. If you have suggestions, by all means, I'm open. I don't know it all. I'm just a doofus with a YouTube channel. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.